All right, Miss Kayla Irr,
Yes.
thank you for coming on Life, Death, and the Law. I know this is below your standards, but I really appreciate you saying yes, especially so quickly to Martine's request to come on. I was really interested to have you on because you're a very sought after person here in our community. Did you know that?
I've heard it here and there, but it's still very hard to believe
Okay.
that I've moved up in the ranks from the start of my career. And I mean, I'm just happy that I'm making a name for myself and continuing the name for my family. And
So where did you start? Would you
so
say?
we'll start a little bit from mid beginning. Graduated from Yuma Catholic in '08. Started going to AWC to get my fire science degree to become a firefighter.
Is that
I
right?
was going to follow in my dad and my uncle's footsteps.
Okay.
Yep. We had the opportunity to move to Germany.
You and your parents?
My dad stayed here. My mom was a civilian in out at YPG, and her position opened up out in Germany, and she's like, "Hey, you guys want to go?" And I'm like, yeah, so did some classes online while I was there. In the meantime, while we were, living up in Europe, my dad passed away on duty at the fire station.
I'm sorry.
My sister wanted to finish up her high school year, her senior year at Yuma Catholic. So
Okay.
we moved her back from Germany to Yuma. And then I moved back to be her legal guardian then. So I dropped out of school.
Okay. So you were going to university in Germany?
No, I was still taking online classes at AWC.
I see.
Yeah. And then when we come home for the seasons, test there.
Okay.
Dropped out, became her legal guardian, got a full-time job as a 911 dispatcher for Roll Metro, which was where my dad worked, and got her through that. She didn't like the hours. I heard, "You're just like Dad. You're always away." And I'm like, all right, I got to find a different job. So went from
This
there.
is your sister.
Yes. And we're 3 years apart. So not a huge gap, but, for being 20 and
Your mom's still over in Germany?
she was still there. Yeah. So
Okay,
she
it's
didn't
just
come
you and your
back.
sister here.
Yep, she sent
see.
her
Okay.
back. Yep, and so I came back to get her through that. And,
How was that?
the move or being her legal guardian, it was difficult.
Like being mom.
It was. Her and I. It was having to adjust that role from being a sister to being
Mom.
yeah. And
So she's like, you can't tell me what to do.
Oh yeah. I got that. Trying to maintain the rules of a household that my mom kept for us. Hey, rules still apply. I mean, I remember there was a time she showed up with a dog, like this puppy, and I was like, her bedroom has been closed quite a bit. Like, what's going on? Open it up, and there's a puppy in there. I said, "What are you thinking? Like, we're not doing this. You're not going to keep a dog in the house." So I told her she had to take it back, and so I don't know what happened with that, but I remember those little bickering arguments we'd have.
How are you guys now? I mean,
Oh yeah, we're pretty close.
I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it could go one of two ways.
It could have, but no, we're great.
Good.
Yeah, we're very
It
close.
strengthened your relationship rather than push you apart, huh?
I think so. Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So where's she at now?
She is a corrections officer in Phoenix.
Oh, wow.
Yep. With
Wow.
3 kids that I absolutely love as my own. So yeah.
So, okay, wow.
Yep.
We haven't even got to like the stuff yet.
No, that's my life story.
So then you're a 911 dispatcher. Where'd you go from there?
Went to Service Master so that I wasn't on the night shifts anymore.
What's Service Masters?
They were an all phase restoration. So if your roof was leaking, they fixed it. If you had a flood, they fixed it. If you needed a pack out, they had the pack out. And it was just, it was a great company.
Like a restoration,
Yes.
working off insurance claims. Like your thing floods and they got to cut out the sheetrock and all that junk.
Yep. So
and bill the insurance.
that's where I went there.
Okay.
And
How long were you there?
I want to say like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And Adrian Elder
Yeah.
was in BNI or Rotary at the time. And he saw me there and said, "Hey, you're a really great receptionist." I feel like I'm a people person, but he said, "You're great at this. This is something, I want to have you apply to be my assistant at Yuma Investment Group."
Yeah.
And I said, "Sure, I think it's ready for a change. I'm ready to move out of this and still trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life because the fire service just wasn't there."
Yeah.
And applied for that. I got the reception position, not his assistant position. because they wanted that people person at the front, and was there for 10 years. I just
Wow.
left in April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you left Yuma Investment Group to go over to Amberley's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if there was a gap there. Like you had.
No, not at
got
all. I think there was
They
like 4
poached
days.
Amberley's poached you. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there was a few. So I was originally sought out by Onvita for
Oh.
their
Something.
fundraising development
Oh, okay.
person. They went on the hiring freeze, so that didn't work out. And then I know ACF had reached out to me about their position there, not Veronica's, but her assistant or fundraising position as well. And then so did Amberley's place. And
So you had all these offers at the same time.
I mean, they were like within a week between each other.
Is that right?
Yes.
I remember your name was floated in some of the board meetings, and everybody was like, "We can't get Kayla. Like, there's no way."
Yeah. Russell McLeod is the one that said, "Hey, I think you'd be great for this position." I said, to have him call me.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to.
Anything? Yeah. So what made you choose Amberley's? Out of all the offers.
It rings close to home for me. We all have our experiences in life, and some of us have gone through other hurdles that some haven't. So I was kind of part of that. But I also grew up with Amberley down the street. So her and I used to play.
Is that right?
So we lived a block apart.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Wow.
My parents would watch me cross the street at our intersection, and then the next one over, and then I just walk down the street to her house, and we
Is
would
that
play.
right? Wow.
Yep.
So, man, that is close to home.
Yes, so it kind of came full circle that way, and I didn't know what happened to her until I was about, I would say 8th grade, 9th grade, and a detective had left a voicemail on the home line, back in the day when they were still home lines, and I asked my dad about it, and he said, "Well, this is what happened." I'm like, "That explains a lot." I did not know what happened. I just remember hearing that I couldn't play with her anymore, and I vaguely remember walking down to her house and a truck was packed up and I was told to go away.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But no, she was a great friend, and I'm just happy to help other kids and parents in the same situations.
If you were to explain to a teenager what Amberley's does, what would you say?
They assist victims of anything, whether it's anything from birth to death. If you're being abused, if your friend is being abused, if anything's happening there, the best thing you can do is report it. Reporting can save a life. And, elder abuse is one that not a lot of people know that we do, and we absolutely do. And to just remind them that domestic violence it's not okay, and it's not something that should be happening. That's not the way we should be treated.
So if somebody's experiencing some form of abuse, what would they do? I mean, where do they even go?
They can call Amberley's place.
Just call Amberley's.
Just call us. We have a hotline 24/7. You do not get a dispatcher. You get one of our advocates.
And then
Christmas, New Year's, anything.
And then they're going to say what?
They're going to take us out. We're going to go out there. Well, if it's a domestic violence, we need to make sure that PD is on scene, or they can come to the advocacy center and we can assist them there.
And so the hope is that they can get to Amberley's place, the center, and then that starts a process of what? What do you do?
Order of protection, an interview, see if they're going to report with law enforcement. That's always very important. But again, it's just up to
depending
the
on the
victim.
case.
It's
Sure.
what they want to do. If they don't feel comfortable reporting,
Okay.
they can report with us, and we can try to help them and assist them the best way we can.
Yeah.
Maybe if safe house is available, we can help them there. But if they don't want to report to law enforcement, that's not something that we can.
Do you think that happens a lot?
I don't know. I don't have the statistics on that, but
I put myself in a situation. If I were to put myself in a situation where I was experiencing something at home by a loved one, I don't know if I would be brave enough to say anything about it, just because I would be worried that they would go away,
Fear is the number one driven reason people go back. And it takes an average of 7 times for somebody to actually leave a toxic,
situation.
abusive relationship. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then they come to the center, and what I love about Amberley's, one of the things I love, is the way it's designed, where you'll never look back. You're always moving forward. You go through that process of They're going to ask you questions, finding out the actual facts of the situation. Is this not worthy enough, but does it rise to the level of getting the police involved? And if so, there's microphones in some of those rooms, right?
Yeah, they are recorded.
Yeah, so they're recording those conversations to gather evidence if it needs to be used by the police department. And then what does the police do in all this? Are they always involved, or
they do their investigation and proceed if
they warrant
the victim still wants to do it? If they want to
see.
press charges, I think that they can do it to a certain point, but they got to do their investigation. And
then another thing I really like about that path as you go through that pattern is one of the rooms is like a medical room with special cameras and
so
devices.
We have the children's medical suite, and that one doesn't have the camera, but then we have the adult medical suite, and that one has the cortex flux
capacitor, the flux capacitor.
It's the special camera that shows the damage to the tissue.
I don't understand.
I know it's cortex something. It's a cortex camera.
It shows
Yes.
trauma.
Yes.
Tissue trauma underneath what we can actually see.
Yep.
I don't understand that, but
Wow.
Well, with fair-complected individuals like myself, I hit my leg on the truck, and you immediately see that I hit myself. But for darker-complected individuals, if you hit yourself, you can't see those marks, especially bruising that happens over time. So what we like to do is get those, if they're strangled, we'd like to get that camera, and we'll take a picture. You'll see it. Just normal, and then they put the filter on it, and it's just, you can see just black
right?
and blue, almost fingerprints at that point.
Wow.
And
interesting.
it just helps with the investigation and prosecuting if that's what they wind up doing.
My understanding is that camera is like directly tied to Onvita, so it goes right to the doctor, and they can make an assessment
I don't know about
almost
that.
instantly.
Yeah, that's great though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. If not, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Hey, sounds good.
Nobody's going to dispute
Maybe
that.
we should maybe we should have that happen.
And the same with the police. I mean, everything, it's like Amberley's, one of the coolest things about it is plugged in. It's plugged into the hospital. It's plugged into the police department. So you don't have to wait 2 months to get the data over to the police department for them to do their thing. It's like real time.
Yeah.
We're moving in real time.
One of the coolest things that I learned was that I know YFD can do it. I don't know if our other transporting agency, Roll Metro, can do it yet. But if the victim doesn't need immediate care, they can transport to Amberley's place and not on Vita.
Oh,
So they do not need to go to the hospital if they do not need medical care. If
Okay.
they just need to get somewhere, get that picture, see an interviewist, then they can come straight to Amberley's place and be transported by ambulance.
that's really cool.
I thought that was really amazing.
Yeah, I haven't
because
heard of that.
What do you hear at the hospital? You get the nurse come in. What are you here for? Well, first you get the person at the front desk. What are you here for? Then you get the nurse. What are you here for? Then you get the blood panelist coming in there taking your blood. What are you here for? Then the doctor comes in. What are you here for? And you're just reliving that trauma over and over and over again. If we don't have to subject our victims to that, then let's not.
Yeah,
And let's just have them come straight to Amberley's place.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very awesome. So you started in April?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you've been there 6 months, let's say, a little bit more than 6 months. How's it been? Have you seen what's I want to hear a story. I want to hear has there been anything in the last 6 to 8 months that really kind of like shook you?
Yeah. I would say baby Sunny was the first one. I think I was only working there for a week when we found the baby in the trash can. That was just absolutely devastating. And then it just seemed like after that, it was just a domino effect. And we just kept having these, children just not.
Yeah, I don't know the whole story there. I saw a little bit.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that either. So I'd like to.
So they found a little baby in the dumpster.
It was a trash can.
It was a trash can over down at the mall.
I think it was the Best Western.
Best Western. Okay.
So across from Angry Crab, I think, is like if you're coming down the hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what role did Amberley's play there where we don't know?
Well, the victim didn't have any surviving family, and so we helped coordinate the funeral for that.
I see.
Yep.
I wonder, like, did they do any DNA tests? Can they do that?
I'm sure they did.
And
I
track
mean, it's
down-
still under investigation, so
is.
nothing's going to be. I mean, I had my thoughts. Everybody thinks, what's happening. You hear, why would a mother do that? And I'm just thinking, I'd like to think a mother wouldn't do that. I mean, what if she was being sex trafficked? What if, what if, there's all these things happening now. And I would like to think that it wasn't her doing that.
Yeah, conscious choice
Yes.
to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that was the case. It was just, trying to give
Benefit of
more
the doubt.
humanity to the mother.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so baby Sonny, and then you said there was like a domino effect. What else happened?
Yeah, we had a couple others. There was, I think you guys saw it in the news. I think it was Aiden. I don't know much more about that, but there was a few more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little ones,
Little ones.
like babies or toddlers.
I think it's ranging from infancy, which was Sunny, to teens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So this is a daily thing.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean,
that's a lot for your staff to.
it is. And, although I
process.
see it in the back seat, we've got 5 amazing advocates that really, I mean, these girls, we see more than 3,000 victims a year, and we have 5 advocates. So these girls are out there at 2 a.m. They're out there at Christmas. They're out there Thanksgiving, whatever it is. And so really hats off to them because, I mean, yeah, some of these cases shake me, but I'm not in the nitty gritty of anything. They are, and they're the ones that really deserve the round of applause.
So if you're not counseling people, what are you doing? What's your role there?
I'm fundraising, events, and donor relation.
One of the coolest things that I have loved since you've gotten there was your idea to do this pathway with bricks.
Yes.
I thought that was the coolest idea.
We've
was my idea.
plateaued. Well, you did vote for it, so we'll give you some credit. We'll give you some credit. Yes. So we've plateaued about 250, 260 of the 700 we want.
You plateaued?
Yeah. So we kind of just, sales are like one maybe every 3 or 4 weeks rather than 10 in a night that I was selling. So they were going fast there for a while. We did also have Week in Paradise, so we kind of backed off of the bricks for a little bit while we were pursuing that fundraiser.
Well, tell me about the bricks. What's the plan here? What are you talking about?
So we have a wheelchair ramp that is outside our front door, at the entrance door to our facility. And to backtrack just a little bit, when I first started there, I noticed that the rooms had sponsors to them, and the plaques for those rooms were up by where the light switches would be. So they're up higher. But what I've noticed is our victims are not looking up. They're looking down. They're avoiding eye contact. They're embarrassed. They're ashamed. Eye contact is not a big thing. And so them seeing who is there to support them, these businesses that have, sponsored these rooms, wasn't being seen. I'm like, how can we let our victims know that the community supports them and that although they're experiencing this abuse or this trauma, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You're here for help, and that's what we're going to give you. So I thought, well, the wheelchair ramp isn't looking the best. It's looking pretty rough. Let's take that out and put bricks that are engraved with names or business names or a quote. We have a couple quotes that have been going out. And so we've just been selling those. And the plan is to get the 700 sold and put them all in there and then do a reveal.
Okay, so anybody can buy a brick.
Anybody can buy a brick.
And how much is it?
$250.
$250, and I can buy a brick, and I can put whatever I want on there. Well, within reason.
Yes. Yes.
No profanities?
No.
Okay. Shawn was thinking about profanities. That's why I asked.
You would, wouldn't you?
But, yeah, it's like we haven't done it yet for Decent Garner and Hansen, but I wanted to, if you want to.
There's a brick for you.
How much are they?
$250. She just said that.
Oh, sorry.
He hasn't had his coffee yet.
It's true. That is very true.
Sorry.
So $250, and you put your name down or you put a quote down. Have you had a favorite quote really stand out to you?
No, but my favorite brick is for my dad, so I'm.
Of course. And it's just a name.
It's in memory of Fire Captain David, and then it has his end of watch date.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
No, see, it sounds like a cool thing that you could give as a gift because today there's so much, we have so much material stuff. And I don't want to get over into this rant about, we have too many things and you should think more about like essentialism. But it's true. You're thinking about what to give somebody for Christmas or their birthday. And in my mind, if you have to think really hard, what don't they have? Then really they don't need anything. And so what can you do that demonstrates that you are thinking about them and you're putting forth the effort to show that you care about them on their anniversary or their birthday or Christmas, but it's not going to go out and just spend something on garbage.
Yeah.
And so I think that'd be a great gift
Yeah,
to give somebody.
I like that idea.
I like that. Hey, so I'm going to get an email from you, right? You going to buy one for all the kids?
I don't know about all the kids. I have 6 kids. But I absolutely, I think, yeah, let's do that.
So how is it? So I buy a brick. What's that brick look like? Is it just a red brick?
It's gray, and it's just an average size rectangle
Normal
brick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then how does my stuff get on there? Is it etched on there?
It is. So Elite Engraving is the one. We're trying to keep it all local. They're the ones engraving all the bricks for us. And then they are painting it black on the inside so that it really pops. It's not just an engrave and we're leaving it as is because, that would be really hard to see. So she's actually going through and painting the inside of the words so that it really, they really do stand out. And we do also have that on our Facebook page as well.
You have what?
The advertising and the images of.
So we can see bricks already done?
Yes.
Can you purchase them right there on Facebook?
No, but you can do it on our website.
Oh, okay.
Yep. If you go to calendar under events, there's just a little tab that goes all the way through that says pathway.
Okay.
Yep.
So if I want to buy a brick, I go online, go through that menu item, look for pathway, and then I can buy my brick. And then can I upload an image?
You can email all that to me.
Okay.
You can put the notes in, and then you can email me the image.
An image.
Yeah, I want to do a logo.
The Caballeros bought one, so we have that logo. The Cabs.
Caballeros.
Yep. Theirs is pretty cool, and that was very, very small.
Detailed?
Oh, yes.
Well, ours is going to be
Surprised
better.
it looked good. Oh, of course.
Just wait.
It's going to have our faces.
It's going to have our
oh my
faces
gosh,
on there.
like Mount Rushmore.
3D.
Either that or like Han Solo, when he was.
Carbonite.
There you go.
I love that idea, actually. That's fantastic. What? See our heads right there?
Oh, hey, yeah.
We're already ahead of the game.
Looks
Looks like that looks like a death mask now that I look at it.
it looks very red.
Yeah, I was.
Did you get back from the beach?
It's nail polish. I had snuck it out of my wife's kit. I'm like, this looks like skin color.
Okay, we'll let that one slide.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh goodness, yeah. So we've
You'll
got
see how cool it is.
the pathway, and now we are working on the gala.
Wait, hold on. How many did you say you've sold so far?
258, if I have that.
258. That's
Of
it.
700.
So we got 492 left to sell. And when do we have to sell them by?
Well, I was hoping to have it done by the end of the year.
Okay, so we got to rush. We got to
But
buckle
installation
down.
hasn't been scheduled yet. So there is no rush, but I don't want it to take forever because we've already got these companies that are waiting on it. So I am going to schedule installation once we hit the 500 mark. Although I did just talk with Tori yesterday because I'd come up with another idea for this pathway is to have a concrete slab put in the middle of it and to have a plaque with Amberly's information on there.
Oh, I like that.
And so that will take up a little bit of room. I got to figure out all the logistics on that idea, but that will help take up just a little bit of room for some of the bricks that we're having a little bit of a problem selling, but also make it just that much nicer.
Why are you having a problem selling them? I don't understand.
I think it's just the holidays.
Oh, like
But
right
I
now.
We were through the summertime, man, those things were going left and right. And
How do you advertise it? How do people find out?
I have been going to all of the chamber mixers. I have been emailing all of our current donors. I have email blasts going out, and it's on our Facebook and social media right now. Also, the interviews, Jennifer Blackwell, I was on that one. And then I think we also had some ads go through El Dorado. So we had it.
Yeah.
So you've been going out and shaking the trees here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully we're way better and bigger than Jennifer Blackwell. So
But I love her. She's
Oh,
very nice.
I'm teasing. We are not.
Direct shot.
We are
At least
not.
she's not listening to this. We
Oh,
love
nobody
you, Jennifer.
listens. So that's the problem. We are safe to say whatever we want. But I hope that some of the listeners, though, absolutely, they get piqued. Their interest gets piqued because this is an awesome cause. Amber Leaves is just a great, great, not even just local charity. It is known nationally by Washington, D.C. Everybody's watching because it does stuff uniquely because of that collaboration with Onvita and with the police. It's actually pretty unique in the United States that we have something like this, an advocacy center that does that. I don't know of any others. And so it's a model to the rest of the state of Arizona, most definitely, and the nation. That's why we've had so many representatives from Washington, D.C. come and visit.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't know of any other advocacy centers that have law enforcement stationed in their center.
Like plugged in.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we have about, okay, so let me think. I got to go walk down the building. We've got 3 offices, 4 offices, 5 offices. And one of those, I think there's 2 people in there.
For Yuma Police.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's 100% independent, right? It's not a government entity, correct?
No.
So that, I think, is the greatest appeal about it. Because at least in my mind, anything that has to deal with the government, there's a lot of bureaucracy, there's paperwork, there's maybe a lot of administration that's involved in it, and the help that you want to get to the victims, if you're donating and you want to participate, it gets soaked up in all of that, government bloated system. And in Amberley's place, that's not the case. Although you get the government entities that need to be involved there, like the police and even advocates with the hospital or other larger entities. But it's a private organization, and so it's got that very personal touch. I've walked through it. I've participated in volunteer opportunities to put together food packets and care packages there. And it does not feel at all like a government entity in the fact that it's you can tell that every dollar has a purpose when it goes in there. 100%. And so as a donor, you feel like you got way more than you contributed as far as the impact to the actual victims that you're trying to help out. That's what I love about it. And I wish there could be more collaboration and more private organizations that could do that. I don't know how Amberley's Place was able to orchestrate that so smoothly, but that's probably the biggest selling point for me, because when I'm donating to any type of charity or organization, I want to know how much is going to the actual victims or people that need the assistance as opposed to administration.
Yeah.
Now, you're administration, so you take offense to that because you want it to go to you.
Right. Well, I just like to tell people Amberley's
joking.
Place
You don't want
is
it to go to you.
by the community for the community.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for our community members, the wheels wouldn't keep turning. So
Yeah.
I think that's a testament to Yuma, actually, and the people here. I mean, I've been on the board for, I don't even know now, many years. And every one of them, why are you laughing at that?
because I lose track of my years too.
Yeah, I know. It's like I don't even know anymore. But yeah, everybody that's come and gone. I mean, they're just fantastic individuals in the community, and I would say, I think it is the way it is because there's a culture there that was in the very beginning created, and everybody's been very meticulous about protecting that culture and the design of. Really, it's for these people. These victims that come through, and that's the highest priority. Nothing else matters, and we're going to sacrifice all of our communal, desires for those victims, and that's very much the sentiment that I get there at Amberley's.
Yeah,
Everybody's
I'm
all
still just blown away with Amberley's Place, and I definitely made a right call.
What did your husband think about this decision?
The move from Yuma Investment Group, he supported me. The hiccup that we had was it was said that my paperwork was on HR's desk at Onvita, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to put my 2 weeks in. I mean, when was the last time I left a position? 10 years ago. So put in my 2 weeks, and then I got the call 3 days later. They were on the hiring freeze. And that was the conversation we had to have. All right, I put my 2 weeks in.
Oops.
And now they're on a hiring freeze and they don't know where they're going to sit with that. And, bless Tom's heart, because I sent my 2 weeks to Tom while he was in the Bahamas. So I said, hey, I appreciate everything you've done for me. It allowed me to grow and spread my wings, but now it's time for me to spread my wings in life. And so he came back from the Bahamas and he said, so where are you going? I said, well, that's a good question, because my paperwork is sitting on HR's desk at Onvita and they're on a hiring freeze. And he goes, you know what? He goes, we'll keep you till you find something.
Wow.
And I was
That's
like,
pretty
you
awesome.
just took away so much stress, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do.
Yeah.
So that was on a Monday. Thursday, I was at Rotary. Russell McLeod comes up. He goes, hey, a position opened up at Amberly's place, and I want you to apply for it. I think you'd be great. You're great at fundraising. I've been on multiple boards and committees where it's just, I think that was my niche, right? And so talked with Tori, had my interview the next day, and then I was hired.
That's awesome.
Yep, got the call. And so that was the biggest hiccup we had, was trying to figure out, all right, am I just
Where
gonna,
am I going? Yeah.
Yep.
So I see it, but your husband, it sounds like he's fully backing you.
100%. He is the best.
So
Couldn't do life without him.
the decision actually to leave Yuma Investment Group, it sounds like you'd already kind of made that decision.
Yeah, it was on the table. What else can I do for my community? Tom had got me started with a board. He said, join a board, any board. I want you to get your feet in the door. So I had joined the board for Catholic Community Services here in Yuma, and that just, I was like, this is my calling. This is what I need to be doing is fundraising. And so then I went from that. I was currently an ambassador with the chamber. They wanted me to be on the board of directors for them. So I joined the board of directors for the chamber, and then I was still on the committee for Yuma Child Burn. And so I said, okay, I think I'm biting off more than I can chew, but it's the purpose, Yuma Child Burn, you're doing it for the kids, and Lord knows they need help, and we don't have a burn unit in Yuma, so we know they're getting flown out, so they need that support. So that kept calling me. And with Catholic Community Services, their adult daybreak program, I wanted to give back in that sense, because my grandma would send my grandfather there. He had dementia. And so when she wanted to go to a board meeting or get her hair done, she would take him there, and there was staff, nurses, and he'd have arts and crafts, and he'd do his thing, and she'd pick him up, and they were good to go. And so I wanted to give back. So doing all of that was really just very rewarding. And so I wanted to not just leave Yuma Investment Group, but go somewhere where I can really make a difference.
Were you active in high school in Yuma Catholic?
Not so much. No,
Really?
no. I kind of stayed to myself.
I don't even know what they have there, but
Well, back
clubs.
then they were still getting accredited.
Oh, is that
so
right?
there was no 4-H. So I was very big in 4-H, and I was hoping to go into FFA. That's what I wanted to go to COFA so that I can be part of FFA. Didn't do that, and I wasn't going to be in high school and still be in 4-H because that's for the kids, right? So I was like, maybe this is my... So during high school, I just did barrel racing, and not so much through the school, but stayed active outside of that. And then I was also part of the Explorer program for the fire department.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you did fairs and stuff growing up,
yeah.
It sounds like.
Lived there.
Did
From
you?
like 6 a.m. to closing, you were there to take care of the animals, and then you were showing, and then you wanted to go and have fun. And I basically lived at the fair.
What'd you do with all that money?
I bought my first vehicle.
Did you really?
Yep, we put it into a savings account and got my...
When you turned 16, you got a car.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And a horse. So I wanted, yeah. Yeah. My dad's like, hey, go out into the arena. So we'd already had a horse. He was a senior. We rescued him, and he was a putt horse. He was just one to like learn on. He wasn't spunky.
Okay.
And I walk out there, and there's little Palomino out in the arena, and I'm thinking, he's tiny. I mean, he's a short guy, right? I mean, big enough to ride on, but I mean, he's no thoroughbred. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's really pretty. And he goes, well, do you want to buy him? Sure. Okay. Let's add him to all the other animals. We've got goats and chickens and a turkey that showed up from nowhere, and the peacocks from the neighbor's house are all there, and the county life, guys. And I said, sure. And the neighbor across the street from us, he was rescuing horses from Mexico and training them and selling them.
Okay.
So he had trained this horse and he was already ready to go. And our next door neighbors had a longer arena, so we put barrels out there. And I just kind of started doing it that way. We tried the team pinning thing. That wasn't really my jam, but I definitely loved barrel racing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And this new Mexican horse could do it?
He was short. So we named him Littlefoot.
Okay.
Because he was the smallest horse that we had. And it was just very fitting.
I was looking for, or I have been looking over the course of the last few years, I've been looking for a small pony, like a miniature pony.
To do what with?
I don't know. I don't want a full horse because that's a lot. That's a lot to
It
commit
is.
to.
It's like a boat.
It is. It's like a
putting
lot of
money into
food, a lot of stuff. And if it dies, like that's difficult to take care of. I've seen it in my neighborhood. We were driving once a couple years ago and there's a dead horse just laying there.
Yeah.
And they had to bring a whole backhoe. It was the whole
Dig
deal.
a hole.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was big.
Yep.
And so I was like, I'd rather just have a mini horse and, I can ride a mini horse.
You can put a wreath around it and bring it to work for events, and it's a write-off.
When I looked on Facebook, though, they're a lot more expensive than a normal horse because people want them because you can use them for commercial purposes at like the little kitty petting zoos and stuff. You take them to parties. I'm like, I just want a mini horse, but it's super expensive.
Everybody's getting the Highland cows, those little miniature ones
So
with
cute.
they
my
are
daughter
super
wants.
adorable, but
Where do you
we're
even get
so
those?
warm here and they have all that hair. I can only imagine that they're literally baking in the summertime. They're
fine.
cute. I don't think they're good for Yuma. Get a
Animals,
camel.
They'll make it through. But yeah. Have you thought about getting a horse now?
We've talked about it, but we do live in the city, so we would have to.
Board it somewhere?
Yep. And we know where we can. There's one off of County 14 that we would definitely take, but it's having to go make another stop with the commitments that we already have around town. And
What
now
commitments
it's not
do you have?
Well, we've got Amberley's Place, anything we've got through that, and then the boards that we're on, and then all the events that come with the boards. And so, yeah.
So
there's
then
a
what
lot.
do you do with your free time?
Laundry. I mean, we all kind of do it, right? We try to get together for dinner with friends. My sister's in Phoenix. Try to get together with family if we can, but mostly it's just trying to maintain the house so that it just doesn't fall apart like it does the rest of the week,
That's all the wrong answer. You're supposed to say, I'm selling bricks. You should always be selling
That's during
bricks.
work days. That's when I'm at all the events. When I'm not at home.
You're always selling bricks.
And sponsorships for the gala.
There you go.
Now
Oh, yeah,
I'm doing
so let's
that.
talk about the gala.
Yes.
The gala's coming up in January.
The 31st.
Okay, the end of January.
Yep.
And is that out at the Kachan
Yes.
Casino again?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It'll be out there on the 31st at 5:30. We do have a guest speaker coming in, but that will be announced later. But he's really cool. I watched his video. I think he spoke with us back in like 2013 or 20. So he's been with us before. And then of course it's James Bond theme. So I'm super excited.
Did you come up with that?
I did. How can we do a fun theme that we don't see everybody else doing? Although it's Casino Royale and some people have done that, but it's not really targeted to James Bond. And we work with police, it's
It's just secret agent. Is
right.
that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a good time. So we're working on all of that.
It's super fun. I like it because some of the past ones we've gone to, I don't want to dress up. Like I'm an adult.
Right. Just wear tux.
No, I'm just saying in the past, like we had to wear, I think the last one was like a Venetian something. I don't remember. So you have to wear masks.
Oh yeah. I see. I can't do it. I already
I'm not
have
a fan of
glasses on my
masks.
face. I can't have a mask and my glasses.
So this one's a lot better. You
Okay.
can just look really nice.
I like
right?
it. Yeah.
When
I'm
is it?
excited.
The 31st of January. So we got some time to order our stuff. So how does it work though? In order to go to this gala, do you have to be a sponsor?
Well, the sponsors will get a table of 8. So those sponsors can invite whoever they want. We will be selling individual tickets, but those are going to be very limited. So
What do you mean? So like if I didn't get a whole table, I can buy an individual ticket and just walk around?
well, I mean, you'll get a seat, but
somewhere.
I mean, I think we're only going to
Over there,
have
like,
enough
ugh.
individual tickets to fill.
Those are the people that didn't buy tables.
Half a table.
Ugh. Don't even look at them.
But
Put us in
also
the
with
corner?
sponsorship, you get the advertising part of it. And if you get a high enough sponsorship, you get premier table. So it's going to be at the best spot in the event venue that you can get.
Do you have live music?
Yes. We have a DJ.
Okay.
We're not doing the dueling pianos this year.
Why? Too expensive?
Well, we got to like switch it up a bit. We can't have the same thing every year, you know.
I thought it was cool.
But they are floating the lights from the DJ from the ceiling.
Oh,
So there's not going to be that like four corner with the legs. That's not going to be
Not
there.
happening.
Yeah, nope. He said we're going to float everything from the ceiling. I said that sounds pretty nice. Okay.
yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, and then we did have a couple people reach out and they said, Kayla, we really just want to have a good time at the end of the night. You know, we don't want to just come in, eat dinner, buy the auction items, and then leave. Like, we want to have a good time. We want to relax. Okay, perfect. So we've got the right guy. He's in there. He's going to make sure that everybody dances, has a good time afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Get your room so you're not driving home afterwards after drinking, if you drink. So no, it's going to be great.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But have you ever thought about having a magician?
I think for the right theme. For the right theme, maybe.
I think that would bring the people.
You think
If I
so?
knew there's a magic show, I will be there.
You know, we have a magic guy at Mardi Gras. He walks up and down Main Street.
He does?
Magic tricks for the crowd.
Like,
He's pretty good.
is he?
What's Mardi Gras?
I don't know.
February
I
13th.
just went with. I acted like I knew.
Mardi
Gras. It's Mardi Gras, but I guess we do it here.
It's
too?
a whole block party. So that's put on by Fort Yuma Rotary, and that's going to be February 13th. And Fort Yuma Rotary is looking for sponsorships for that as well.
Wait, so you're on that too still? Yeah. Okay. You're
Tom is the chair.
You're double dipping here.
Tom's the chair. I told him I can't be soliciting sponsorships because I've got this gala, but
Okay.
Mardi Gras has a magician. So it's a fun event. It is a really fun event.
Yeah. So tell us. I didn't know we did it. So
It's in
You
downtown
guys were
Yuma
a
or
sponsor.
something?
Yeah.
we were a sponsor.
like 2 years ago.
Oh.
Well, we've got a new VIP section. So that's really neat. And that's what everybody's going for is that VIP section because it's a horseshoe and it goes in front of the stage. So not only do you get your food taken care of and your drinks taken care of as part of the VIP package, but you also get seating and closer stage access.
Okay. What's on the stage? A magician?
No, he's out in the crowd.
Oh. Is he even invited or he just shows up?
No, he's invited.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's on stage?
The entertainment.
Which is? Do you have that locked in yet?
We've got Frank Orduno. He's local. He has a band, which I cannot think of off the top of my head.
I've heard the name.
Yes. And then we've got someone coming in from San Diego. He was the same entertainer from last year, and all the VIP feedback was, we want him back.
Okay.
So he's coming back, and we requested that he brings his stage dancers. So we'll have an additional fun stage dance.
What kind of like music are we talking?
Journey, the
Classic.
lively
rocks.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So this is Mardi Gras, and that's February 13th,
Yep.
which is a Saturday,
Friday.
Friday.
Because the 14th is Valentine's.
Yeah.
And so you could do a 2-for-1, right?
Well, it's also rodeo weekend.
Oh, it is?
It some reason it always gets like 1 year it's not, and then another year it runs over rodeo. So I think this year it's gonna, for 2026 it's gonna run over rodeo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still involved in rodeo?
No. No. The last time I was part of the rodeo was in 2011, and the JCs put on an honor ride for my dad.
Oh,
Because
cool.
he was also part of the JCs.
Very
so,
cool.
Yeah, that was the last time.
So February 13th is a Friday, but you said it runs over, so it's gonna
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You're brave.
be perfect for Mardi Gras.
We always do it the Friday before Fat Tuesday, and that's just where it landed this year.
So 13th, but you're going to do something on the 14th as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe with my husband, but
No, I meant, but for the Mardi Gras,
no.
the Mardi Gras event. 'Cause you said it runs over into the rodeo. So.
Yeah, just that Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so it's an evening event, though?
It is. Yeah, it starts at 5:30, and it goes till 11.
Main Street?
Main Street. We take up the whole.
You block it off. Where's the stage set up?
Just north of Gowan. So you've got that hump. The stage is on the north side of the hump.
Is it something that is just like a street event that people can show up to and walk around,
like a
and
block
there's
party.
vendors and stuff like that? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
There's vendors. There's a concert, which is who we have coming in, and it's a free event. Everybody can go. It's the VIP and the advertising and the booths that cost money. Yep.
And you want to do that because we want to be close to the stage for the entertainment.
Right.
But
you're
San Diego.
Right.
182.
Hopefully one day. The sponsorship comes with the VIP, and that also comes with your food and your drinks. So you get tokens, and the tokens is food. So you can either, if you don't drink, you can spend it all on food. You can give it to your friends, to your guests, and then you get tickets into VIP. So let's just say the big one comes with 20 VIP access, and then each individual for 20 people, they get 5 tokens. So they get like 3 drinks and 2 food cups. And the best taquito is the one that usually caters the VIP.
What's the point of Rotary?
So we do scholarships and community projects. So we raise money. We're a nonprofit, and then we give back to the community.
So you raise money, and then kids that are going to college can apply to the Rotary to try and get money.
Yep.
What does that look like? Is there a specific?
There's an application that the seniors put in, and then it goes through a committee, a panel of Rotarians, and they read through it and figure out who's going to get the scholarship and how much, and then we present them to the seniors.
Did you ever do any of that? Were you ever on
I
the
wasn't on
scholarship?
that one. No. I because I'm on the board or the committee for Mardi Gras, and then I'm on the board for Rotary. I didn't take it on another one. Let everybody else have some say and participate in Rotary.
Sure.
Yep.
Shawn, what do you think? What else we got for Kayla?
I think going through all of the things that you participate in, the only thing that I haven't heard a lot about is the child burn victim.
Yes.
What is that all about?
So Paul Ivancho is the one that started that up, and he reached out to me years ago and asked if I'd help out with their golf tournament. And I said, sure. At that point, I didn't have too much on my plate, and thought that this would be a great way. It's also more involved with firefighters. I come from a fire department family. My husband's a firefighter. And so I joined, and I met some of the sweetest, most brave children I have ever met in my life. And they just absolutely blew me away. And so I said, this is definitely a nonprofit that I want to be a part of. And so we have our golf tournament on the 21st of February. So February is going to be a very busy month for Yuma.
Smokes.
Yep. And I'm going on a vacation in March. Don't bother me. I need a break. So we've got our golf tournament, and that's the only event that we really put on to help raise funds for our Yuma children. So what happens is they get burned. They're transported to Onvita. And then they're either transported to Phoenix or they're flown to Phoenix, depending on, I'm sure, the injury. And our job is to come in, and Onvita cannot tell us that they have a victim there. It's HIPAA. So they have to give, and they have to be educated that Yuma Child Burn is there, and know if they have a burn victim, give them a business card, say, call them. They can help you coordinate travel expenses. So
Really?
So we come in, and we talk with the family, because if it's just mom and dad, somebody's got to stay and work. So one person's going up, and they may not be able to get a hotel and food accommodation. So we get all of that together. We make sure that they've got gas to get to the hotel or to the hospital. They have a hotel to stay in, and that their food is taken care of. after the fact, and then you've got all the surgeries. I mean, these kids are going through multiple surgeries because they're growing. And when you're burned, your skin isn't elastic anymore. And so they're having to go in and continue doing these surgeries so that they're able to grow. And we do anti-bullying seminars for teachers, for some of the students, because
Boiling, like water.
Bullying.
Bullying. Oh, okay. All right. I heard bowling at first. I was like, what do you got to do with bowling? Okay. Bullying. Okay.
Bullying,
Got it.
yes.
All right.
But with the context, I was like, probably bullying. Because these victims probably don't look the best, or, you know.
Right. And everybody's
the
going to
best
ask
way to say it either.
questions. Yep.
I need an anti-bullying
Yeah.
seminar, I guess.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say? How do you
That's
say it?
I don't know.
They look different than the other
look
kids, and the other
different.
kids can
Right.
Yeah.
pick up on that, and they're going to be brutal.
Right. But teachers are some of them don't know how to communicate that. And so they want to, what happened? No, let's not ask them that, and let's just have some grace. And if he wants to talk about it, he can talk about it. But, it's really just trying to get him or her back into society. And
How did you get involved in that?
Paulie Voncho got me in.
So, okay. Who's Paulie Voncho? What's your relation to him?
So he's a good family friend. He worked for YFD for ever and a year. And his daughter, I went to Yuma Catholic with her. And he knew what I was doing through a Rotary, and he knew what I was doing through Yuma Investment Group, and contacted me
So
and
you
said, I think
haven't
you'd be great.
been involved specifically, like you weren't burned or had a family member
No,
burned
no.
or anything like that? Okay.
No.
But it's just because you're community oriented and you look to assist people that go through drama, that's where you're okay. So what have you found that's unique about burn victims as opposed to a kid that breaks their leg or a kid that, I don't know, has cancer?
I think every kid is unique in their own way, and they are strong with whatever trauma they're going through. I can't say that any child is better than the other. I don't think I've had any interactions with children with cancer. I would not want cancer, but I've had family with cancer, and I just feel like babies and children just shouldn't have any of that. Like, they should be a kid. They should be outside playing. They should be drinking from the water hose. And, breaking bones is part of life. I mean, my nephew, we had guardianship of him for 6 years, and he was the most clumsy child you could imagine. I'm like, I kept telling my husband, he's going to break it. He's going to break something, a bone, not just like a glass or a bowl, but he's going to break a bone. And sure enough, the day the city opened up the parks in the neighborhoods, he went and played on the monkey bars and broke his arm. I mean, he handled it as well as you can. I mean, I've broke my collarbone and my ankle. I just feel like that's just kind of one of those life things that happens, and
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
It's not, I think,
But sometimes you get more attention and it's kind of favorable attention. People
Yeah,
signing your
like a
cast, and it's it's like a badge of honor that you've gone
Yeah.
through this. Whereas burns, I mean, it's a scar that
it's disfiguring. for
yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so it kind of sticks with you. And then, like you explained, with the skin, it's something that you have to deal with over a lifetime.
Yeah. I try to use that as a learning item for parents. When you have a fire in your backyard, don't dig a hole. Build your fire up.
Really?
Yes, because
what? I do that all the time.
Yeah.
dig a hole and put the fire in the hole.
Yeah.
So what happens if your 2-year-old child falls into that fire? Now they have to climb out of that hole.
Well, I don't have one of those.
Yeah, 2-year-old anymore.
So,
But
but that's
people
just
do.
a good example.
Yeah.
Is that if they're
It's kinda like a
playing,
pool.
like say they're playing, football, or they're tossing a ball back and forth, and you have a pit or a fire and it's dug out, and
Yeah.
they fall in, and I do not. If any teachers are listening to this, I'm not saying it's you, but I have asked multiple children if they know what stop, drop, and roll is, and none of them know. I remember learning that as a child
do
in
too.
school.
Yeah.
And I remember asking one of the staff members while I was still on the board for CCS. I said, "Ask your grandson if he knows what stop, drop, and roll is." She goes, "No, he has to know. He has to." I'm like, "No, ask him." And she called him up right there. "Hey, do you know what stop, drop, and roll is?" He goes, "What's that?"
Yeah, because
your school has never taught you stop, drop, and roll.
Natural reaction is to run.
Is it?
When you catch on fire? Yeah. You never caught on fire and just thought run, and then that training came in.
I don't remember catching on fire. No.
Me neither. I haven't had that experience.
Have you?
Yeah, a couple times.
No. But I see it as a
You're like, oh.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
about take off sprinting, and you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah, I can hear my first grade teacher's voice.
Is that right?
Stop, drop, and roll. Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, you remember doing like the coloring. You got the little guy, the house on fire in the back. You know, it was a whole thing.
We did it at recess, or I remember going outside. Absolutely.
Wow.
Because yeah, it's a thing. You want to run when you're on fire, and I don't know what that is, but fight or flight type thing, and you're not going to fight fire, I suppose. So
I remember all of us.
Flames.
We had to do a map. We had to do basically like a contingency plan. If our house caught on fire, what door would you? I mean, we did a whole thing at
Your
school.
dad was a firefighter.
Well, my dad didn't teach that one, but I just remember
was
there
at
being
school?
a whole. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
School you had to do
no.
that.
This was at school. But anyways,
yeah, I do remember that.
I remember something like that.
I try to make it a life lesson, right? You know, we've got these kids, they're going through just the worst pain of their life constantly because you've got the surgeries too. How can we have this be a life lesson? Not for him, but for other people. You know, okay, what happened to you? How can we prevent this? What should we have in the house? Should we have a fire extinguisher? Now they've got these blankets that you throw over the fire on the stove. You know, there's all of these things, and I feel like we're kind of dropping the ball as a community on how to prevent these accidents from happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I mean, to answer your question, I feel all kids are unique and strong in their own ways. And I feel like we can try to make it a learning curve for other people to, prevent this or anything from happening. Cancer may not be so much, but really just support them,
I love fires. I mean, that's one of our favorite family gatherings. We have a little fire out in the backyard, gather around it. And my kids love playing in the fire. And I don't want to be the one, I loved playing in the fire as a kid too, poking putting a stick in the fire and then, drawing.
Like test the limit,
Well, yeah, you do test the limits.
How are you not a firefighter?
Me? No, they wouldn't let me in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He tried.
I was more of a pyro than
okay.
Yeah, putting it out type. And so, no, my kids love it too. And it's just, there's something that is there's like a trance that comes over you when you're staring at the flames of a fire. But inevitably, the kids are going to be putting sticks in there and other things, and they're getting burned. And so we experience that a lot. We've got fire. I've got one that's a brick fire pit, and then one that is a warming fire pit.
Okay.
And so it's got that. It's the smokeless fire pit. Have you seen those?
Okay,
Or
I have
not a fire
not.
pit, but a smokeless fire
Yeah.
thing.
I think it's a pit.
Is it those propane ones?
No. So what it is that it's usually steel, and it's got holes in the inner wall, and then a solid outer wall. And what it does is it gets really hot, and it pulls the hot air into the in-between area, the space in between. And so it's got holes at the top that hot air comes out, and it reignites the smoke that hasn't burned.
Okay.
And so it's burning the wood inside, and then it reignites that smoke up top. And so it literally, you can go out and sit around one of those fires and not smell like smoke when you come out.
I love that.
And
I hate smelling like smoke.
Right? It's a really cool thing. But
You got to wash your hair.
Oh, yeah. I won't go to bed with smoky hair.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing for women, for girls. It's like,
Yeah.
but the kids will go by and those things get really hot. And so they'll just brush their leg against it, and it's an instant burn.
Yeah.
And my son, he's kind of like me, kind of like a pyro. So he wanted to start a fire we were going to have a family outing. And he got a little Ziploc bag of gasoline. And thought, let's do it.
This will be fun.
Yeah, so he threw it on, and he didn't light it right away. He wanted to use his flint and steel kit that he got.
Okay.
So he's trying to spark it. Well, flint and steel, you got to get real close.
Yep.
And so there he is right up close, And we've got our security cameras that we caught it on security camera. And you see him leaning on over the fire, and then boom, and you see this explosion.
Oh my
And
gosh.
his hair gone, his eyelashes melted together, his eyebrows were gone. I cannot believe he didn't like seriously get injured, but yeah, he didn't have eyelashes for another, I don't know, 3 or 4 months.
Gosh.
That's crazy.
Well, you know, there's places that you can get those now, so he could have gotten those
Tattoos?
nice.
The eyelashes.
No, that's the eyebrows, the eyelashes, those
Yeah,
the feathers.
Nice swoop eyelashes. Go to school in that. Yeah.
There's somebody for something everywhere,
Then
right?
Kayla can get him some funding for that.
I mean,
Get his eyelashes.
how old's your son?
Well, he's 12 now. I think that
gosh.
happened.
He's 25.
Yeah, he was 11 when that happened. It was just last year.
Gosh.
Yeah, so it happens.
Yeah, I did this the other day, just like last month with my kids. I had to burn some big stuff. We're out in the county as well. So I dug a pit. No, we already have a pit dug. But we put all the junk in there, and it was like furniture items. And
You're
so
that neighbor.
I doused it. I doused it with gas, you know.
Of course.
But from experience, I'm like showing the kids like, but you don't just light it.
Yeah.
You do a trail. So I like did a gas trail.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
like, just light
See,
that
this
thing
is-
up and so.
This is what we add to the list of what not to do
Yeah.
for Yuma child burn. We don't do these things.
If he would have done that with the flint and steel, he would have been fine. Just
Yeah.
lights the little trail and then boom,
You got to use like diesel. Diesel is what you use.
slow burning.
It doesn't blow up like gas does. Gas get you. I've had it blow up
never-
my face too.
So I have a lot of our vehicles are diesel, and I don't shut them off to gas them up or to diesel them up.
No, I don't either.
Okay.
So I have a
I just wanna-
97 F250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And diesels are divas, man. My husband's been trying to get this thing to run. So it was my dad's. And when he passed away, we got the truck. And we have, like, okay, he puts it in reverse and it just shuts off. It just idles down and shuts off. He goes, man,
you got to
we
talk
just-
nice to it.
We do. We talk nice to her. You know, we pat her down. You're going to do great today. And then, nope, she does not want to run at all. And so that's our goal for 2026 is to get this truck like
Going.
drivable.
There you go.
Very cool.
Drivable. But yes.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one.
No, I don't shut it
kinda
off.
to
I
stick
don't
it
even
to
shut
the
off
man.
my Forerunner when I fuel up.
Oh, okay.
I just touch the side of the vehicle because it's the explosion. And when you get out of the car, you get that static, right?
Is that what it is?
And you don't want to touch the handle and have it explode. Well, I could be wrong. I bet you there's an automotive guy that's just absolutely listening to this and saying she is such a blonde.
Yeah.
But I do not shut it off.
I think it's a complete
I just
myth.
touch the side of my car so that I can.
Do you think it's a myth, Shawn? I do.
Yeah, I do.
I once was filling up with gas and I pulled out my phone. I got a call. I'm like talking on the phone, and the lady at the pump next to me was so angry.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
I've been yelled at.
what am I
for that.
doing?
Right.
Like, what's happening here? It took me a while to figure out. It's because I'm on my phone gassing up. Like,
Who cares?
yeah, I don't know.
I do, however, I do not let the Forerunner get below a quarter of a tank.
That's good.
I heard that is very bad because the suction
sucks
at the
sucks
it
the
just
junk up.
it just doesn't it starts to get towards the bottom where it could cause problems. I mean, it's very rare that it just slightly goes below that, but I mean, quarter of a tank and I'm at a gas
I
station.
need to hang out with my teenage daughter because every time I get in my car, it's like she pulled in on fumes. She coasted into the garage, and then it's like, "Here, Dad,
Dad will take care of it."
Here's the
She's
keys back."
Flintstoning it.
What the heck? How? There's a gauge on here that says how many miles you have left.
I lived most of my life like that. I knew, like, you get to the line and you're like, I still got some.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I still got some.
there's a
So it
fudge
dips
factor in there.
below the line, and I'm like, I got it. I got a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen the generation they're calling the lights on the vehicles emojis? My emoji's on.
What?
I got a new
your
new
warning lights in your dash.
it's like Pokemon, collect them all. They think
Oh,
that it's like
really?
a good
Yeah.
thing
Oh,
to
no.
I'm like, no, that's your
Oh, like,
oil.
oh,
You
no.
don't
Oil, the oil light, the check
Oh,
engine
jeez.
light. Yeah.
look, I got another one.
Oh, great.
Yeah, hopefully your daughter's not doing that.
No. So yeah, she's got her car, which is a 2007 CRV.
Okay.
Totally appropriate for her. She likes to drive my BMW. And I don't see why She's got her own car. She needs to drive that.
She wants to feel fancy, Dad. I feel like every teenager needs to have just the beater car.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
mean, they need to know. So my first vehicle was a Ranger, a yellow Splash Edition Ford Ranger,
Oh, that's
stick
cool.
shift.
That's cool, though.
We called it the school bus because I would take my friends home from school, but stick shift. I would love to find a stick shift Ranger just to putt around town in. But I feel like they just need to know, like, hey, you don't have AC, you roll those windows down because this arm is going to be more tan than this arm.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those life things that they need to experience, like drinking out of the hose.
Yeah. Character building.
It is. And I miss my little Ranger. Definitely miss it. But had no AC. It did in the beginning, and then my compressor froze, and don't got money to fix it, right? So, especially being, my sister's guardian, I was putting food on the table and trying to figure that all out. So, yeah,
Mom wasn't sitting home.
We were,
Germany?
but
It was. You're on your own.
She was definitely helping, but it was back then. Minimum wage was low, and you got your car, and you're trying to make.
Yeah.
You're still trying to make ends meet, and my mom really wanted us to try to figure it out before sending money. Although Krista got money for food, we got that all figured out, but. It's life lessons.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to fall on your butt to know how to pick yourself back up.
Do you miss Germany?
And my mom definitely taught me that. Yes, I do. And it is on our bucket list to go because I want my husband to
experience Germany.
100%. Yeah. And we still have friends there that are saying, you come, stay with us. You're good to go. And he's also gluten intolerant. And we've been hearing that you can eat
Who is
flour.
your husband?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So he can't do flour. And so we've been hearing that you can eat the bread and eat the gravies there because the flour is processed different. So I said the first day we get there, you were going to eat a schnitzel with yes.
And when people go to Europe, then
yes.
they don't have the issues.
Yeah, something about the way the flour is processed. So I said the first day, guess what? You're eating something because we need to know right off the bat if you can eat it or not. So
I want to go back to your big tough fireman husband.
Okay.
Is gluten intolerant? Is that what you're saying?
He is.
Does it just make him gassy, or?
Oh no, he gets like the whole stomach thing. So he doesn't wind up in the hospital. But imagine like having the stomach flu times 10 and not being able to leave the bathroom.
Really?
He gets very sick.
Wow.
And this is something new. So we just figured out he was fine when we got together, and that was in 2015. And it was probably 2020 that he started getting sick, and he thought, oh, maybe it's the pasta sauce, maybe it's all the acid in the tomato. No, it was the noodles. It was a whole thing. Yeah, so he started cutting things out and figured out that it was gluten.
Really?
Yep.
I thought that was a myth.
No,
it's a thing.
I thought the peanut butter thing was a myth for a long time, and now I'm a believer because I've got neighbors that it's 100%. They got a very serious peanut allergy, and I don't know what it is about the last 50 years, but either our food has declined in its quality, or the generation has lost all immunities because we seem to have a lot of sick kids, a lot of allergies.
Yeah. I think you're right. The cure to that is drinking out of the hose.
I mean,
eating
that's
dirt.
What we did. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember, again, growing up in the counties, we drank from the hose, and it was the hose that was out there next to the chickens. I mean, of course it's wrapped up, but I mean, you ate out there,
Yeah.
You didn't go into the house until it was ready for dinner and you were ready to shower or to do your homework. But I mean, you were outside.
Yeah.
Outside. Even during the summertime, you're not allowed to come home till dinner time. Like, they kicked you out of the house.
Yeah.
So we found shade and refuge in a orange grove. So that's what we did. We ate the oranges, and sorry to the farmers that were in that area. We ate your oranges. I mean, what could 3 kids really do for, but that was what we did. Yeah,
Okay.
Our calcium was great.
Yeah. Vitamin C. Kayla, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I hope everything goes well for the gala. I say gala, you say gala. No judging. And for Mardi Gras, huh?
Yes, tomato.
Yeah. And then you got the for the Rotary, you've got the
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Yep.
French.
Yes.
Yeah. Mardi Gras, February 13th. Okay. And then we want people buying bricks.
Yes.
So go to the website, go to Amberly's Place website,
Yes.
and buy a brick.
Yes, or you can email me or call me. My email is Kayla@amberleysplace.com, and then you can just call the number for Amberley's Place.
Kayla is spelled Kayla.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. Email me. We'll get you all taken care of, get your payment processed, and get your bricks ordered.
I love it.
Yep.
I want a brick. I'm excited.
All right, I'm in.
Nice.
Okay.
We're getting bricks.
Love it. Plural. I love it.
That's your Christmas present. Merry Christmas, Adam.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry
Humbug.
Christmas. Thank you.
Thanks,
Kayla.